we are talking about the wet on wet technique when decorating cookies. What is this technique? Basically, wet on wet is how we refer to, instead of waiting until one part of your icing or the first layer of decorating is dry and then adding another layer on top of that, we go ahead and add both at the same time so that icing is wet on top of wet icing. So you flood and then right away put more icing on top of that. Now, since both layers of icing are wet, this also allows you to manipulate the icing in a way that creates shapes and patterns. These wet on wet designs are great because they're super quick to do. You do it all at once. You don't have to wait on different elements to dry unless you're going to be going over the top with like some more food coloring to paint or an edible marker again. You just do it, set it aside to dry, and then you have your design ready to go. So it's pretty quick and easy. So there are 5 basic strokes when it comes to the wet on wet technique that you can make with your Scribe to create these different patterns and designs. These Scribe strokes are the foundation of making a billion different pattern or design variations and options. In the new Wet on Wet class in the SG Cookie Academy, I walk you through all of these different Scribe strokes, and in that class I also give you 12 cookie design examples that are for all different seasons of the year, where I show you how to apply these different strokes on the actual cookie. So if you're interested in that class, check it out in the description below. Now, the 5 basic Scribe strokes that you'll use are: 1, the pull method. So I use the pull method to pull the icing out. This is kind of like, have you ever done sand art when you were a kid? We did it at VBS when I was little, and I've also seen people use it at weddings, like making the little sand bottle where you combine the sand for like a unity candle. You layer the different sand on top and then you poke the little skewer down in there and it makes a line. It kind of drags the colors with it. It's the same thing with royal icing on cookies. So you drag the Scribe through one color into another and it makes these different shapes. I love this for leaves. I used it here on the little candy print. The next stroke that you might use with your Scribe is a swirl. So you can bring 2 or 3 different colors together with this little swirling pattern and you can create things like this cute candy, little rosettes. There are lots of different options there. You can blend 2 different colors together like I did on this pumpkin here, or like I did on the ornament to create that highlight. When you blend different colors together, you can create these beautiful ombre effects. You can create highlights and shading in different objects on your cookies. It kind of gives it some more dimension. You can also use wet on wet to blend 2 colors side by side without actually mixing the colors. This just creates kind of a flat surface where 2 different colors are beside each other. You can also layer different shapes onto your design without using your Scribe at all, like I did for the ornaments and lights on this Christmas tree. I just made a few little dots layered on top of some designs I'd already done, and it creates a really pretty picture, like it was painted on effect. And my favorite way to use the wet on wet technique is as a jumping off point to combine with different techniques. I like to use a bunch of different techniques on each cookie, and this is one of my favorites for pattern backgrounds. Like I might have this candy background or a candy corn with like writing over the top, or I might use it just as a standalone cookie like this one with the pattern here with the pretty pink flower. I love using edible markers to outline a wet on wet design like this. It makes a really pretty pattern. It makes me think of like the bullet journals. I know I reference bullet journaling and like different art and painting that I see on Pinterest and Instagram a lot, but that's one of my biggest inspirations for cookie decorating and the designs that I do. If you've seen someone take a marker and just make like a little mark and then use their pen to make a pretty design on top of it, it's very similar to what we would do with an edible marker on a wet on wet cookie like this. Now, the beauty of wet on wet design, you only need one consistency to master this technique. The 20-second icing consistency. You can look at my video about icing consistencies up here if you'd like to learn more about that. I'll also be teaching that in the class as well, or you can look into the Consistency Confidence class in the SG Cookie Academy. If you'd like to learn more about cookie decorating, make sure to subscribe to my channel, like the video, and click the notification bell so that you get a notification each time I post a new video. I post a new video every week, usually on Tuesday, but I'd love it if y'all would let me know when you are able to watch videos. If you're watching them on Monday while you're cooking dinner, or Saturday morning while you drink your coffee, let me know when you prefer to see videos. That way I can kind of figure out the best time for you, because I've always done Tuesday, but I want to make sure that that's the best time for y'all to watch. If you'd like to learn more about the SG Cookie Academy or the class that I mentioned in this video, you can click the link in the description, or you can go to sarahgracecookiecode.com/online classes or /SG Cookie Academy. Thank you so much for watching.